Is this former Halloween decoration beyond repair? I wanted to bring this old hatchet back to life after it hadn't been used properly for ages. To get the rust off, I used my drill with a copper brush bit. As pieces can fly off, it's important to use safety glasses. The result is a nice shiny look. Somebody pounded on the back and created a sharp burr that may cause injuries. I used a Dremel tool to remove the burr, but an angle grinder would work a lot quicker. The sharp edges needed to be rounded with a file. Inside of the eye was a lot of rust that needed to be removed as well. 80 grit sanding paper did the finish. All following steps were done on a vacation trip, so I didn't have all the best tools at hand. I had an old ash handle that I wanted to use, but I didn't like the varnish. In my opinion, it's slippery and causes blisters. So I decided to take it off with 80 grit sanding paper in favor for Kettle boiled linseed oil. A second pass was made with 120 grit and a third one with 240 grit. All that sanding dust was wiped off with a soaking wet cloth. While I let the handle dry, I took a piece of softwood from my firewood pile to create a wedge. The length was going to have a bit more than the head's height. I cut the wedge from the top, although it might work better from the side. Note that the grain needs to go from top to bottom for best stability. Now that the handle had dried, I could give it a final sanding with 400 grit. This gives you a real smooth surface and a great grip. As the handle didn't have a proper slot for the wedge, I needed to cut one. Then I put the head on the handle for a first fit. You may not make it too tight, as you need to take it off again. Shiny areas show where you still have high spots that need to be taken down. A fine rasp works really well for this job. For the final seating, you hold the hatchet upside down at the handle and pound on the bottom with a wooden mallet. The inertia will keep the head in place while the lighter handle is driven into the eye. You know that the head sits tight when it creates a shoulder in the wood at its bottom. Now it was time to get the wedge in. It spreads the top of the handle to prevent the head from slipping off. Use a piece of wood to spread the force evenly when you pound it in. I learned a method from the Wranglerstar channel that tells you when you are done. Make a mark on the wedge, and when it didn't move after pounding, you can stop. I then sawed off the excess, but kept about 5 mm. Make sure not to hit the metal head or your saw will get dull. The wedge needs to be secured with another wedge. Use a pin punch to get it all the way in. The handle got a nice finish with Kettle boiled linseed oil. Special attention needs to be paid to the end grain. The last job was to sharpen the axe. Really bad nicks were removed with a file. If you're interested, you can watch my video about the whole sharpening process. The head got a coating with ballistol oil to keep away the rust. Didn't this turn out beautifully? Tell me if you think it was worth all the work down in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button to let us know you want more of this content. Don't forget to also have a look at our other videos. Get cubed and subscribe to stay informed about the latest news and uploads, or follow us on your favorite social media and share the video with your friends. Thank you for any support, it really helps us to improve our content.